Hello, it's Gizmo. Hello, Lads and Lasses, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio. In the last episode, we got started with our iron production facility, which is going to turn into our steel production facility. We mapped everything out, and in this episode, we're going to get all of our steel going, and hopefully get the entirety of our steel going, and that'll be it. We're going to be using the small coal patch that's up here. So on our map, you can see small coal patch, 2.9 million. We also explored a little more. I went ahead and killed those bases down there because this is a peninsula. Not a big deal. Then up here, it looks like there's some more places that I'm hoping this is an island and it's cut off. If not, it'll be two lakes and we can probably just wall some of this off. Not worry about the bugs coming from that way would be very nice. All right, so in this episode, we're going to get the steel done. I'm hoping. God, I hope. We'll see. It's going to be a process. You can already see this is a large undertaking. This is 4.6 million ore patch, and we're going to be using it quite quickly. So the first thing that we have to do for this guy is get the coal set up, and then we also have to get the 5-to-5 belt balancer as well, because we need to use 5 belts evenly separated out. And so what we're going to do is take all of these belts down towards the center, and then balance them out. So this guy can come down to here, and this guy can come down to here. And then we can get rid of this guy. This will be output, and this will be output. And then the same for this guy. So come out, down, out. And then we have one more. Sorry, this is not an output. These are not outputs. These are inputs. I just took the inputs and made them outputs on accident. Alright, let's fix that. So this guy's actually perfectly centered, so we can take this guy. This can come out to the side and go up. This can come out to the side and then go up. This can go up. So basically just take everything out and then bring it down and up like so. Now the 5 belt balancer is quite large. I said that in the last video. I'm going to repeat the same thing. It is quite large. So we're going to build it this way and then have everything go into outputs the same way we did this belt balancer. Because if I built it this way, it would put the base very far. Well, I could probably do it this way. It might actually be a decently sized setup for what we currently have. We'll try it. We'll see if it's too big and if I need to put it sideways. So first things first, you're going to balance these initial belts, and then you're going to take these guys and you're going to rebalance these belts. It's semi-similar to the 5-to-4 balancer that we have, but slightly different because you're doing 5-to-5. These guys go out, and then these guys go out as well, like so. And then you're going to have another one which goes up here to over here. And then what you're going to do is take another balancer over here, like this. And then this guy comes out to down here. So then after that, this one comes up to here and over. And then the back end of it, or the back end actually gets put in from area up here. And then let's see, what else do we have? So this guy comes out and goes into this one. And then this guy comes out here, which goes over to another one of these right here. And then we have this guy comes out here and gets wrapped into here, like so. So then we have a belt here, gets fed by a belt here, gets fed by a belt here, here, and then this guy comes into here, this, and then this guy comes up, over, and down into a balancer like this, and this guy gets output from here to here like that. And then this one, this left side, gets output to a belt here. And this just gets wrapped back around. Like so. And then the balancers 1, 2, 3. This seems off somehow. No, this is correct. Yeah, this is correct. Alright. Then this comes this way. And then this way. Then what you have is these two come out here. Like this. And this guy comes over here. This. And the belts over here. You have a... I think I messed... No, this guy comes over here and up here. Like so. And then you have this guy comes out here. And then these two belts come out like this. And so that is your balancer right there. That is your 5 to 5 balancer. It's a little crazy, but everything gets balanced out, which is fairly nice. And then you're all set. So then all 5 of these can be output to belts over here. That will be your inputs as well. So this is an input. And your inputs are on the same spot because the steel factory is going to be the same setup as this guy. So actually, if I blueprinted this entire thing, what you would do is you'd blueprint all of this like so. I can create blueprint, and then it's the exact same setup. So the blueprint will be the exact same setup. The only problem that I realized is I said before that this is going to be a 5 to 5 belt balancer, but it's still actually just a 5 to 4. I misspoke, and so it literally just has to be the same as this one. I don't know why I thought it was 5 to 5. I just, for whatever reason, thought it was going to be the same. It's not. It's 5 to 4. Yeah, not 5 to 5. I was thinking 5 different inputs because we have 5 different outputs, but we are still using only 4 inputs. And so it's going to be the same 5 to 4 that we have, but we have this blueprint now of 5 to 5, which will be helpful for later down the line, possibly. Who knows? Alright, so let's go ahead and get this 5 to 4 set up. We have a blueprint for it already. We can just place it down in our blueprint book, balancers, and we did not save it. Okay, let's go save this blueprint real quick. So it is this entire thing from this point up to this point. And this is your 5 to 4 balancer. So 5 to 4. And just create a blueprint. Just use it over here. We can just rotate it this way if we want to. Doesn't really matter how we rotate it. We can do it up again if we wanted to save a little bit more space, but we're actually just going to leave it like so. And then just set it up yet again. Not a difficult setup. Just takes a while to put everything down. And oops. There it is. There we go. Alright. So then this guy can come here. Guy. Come here. I'm accidentally putting things down that I don't need to. This guy. Where does this go? Goes to this area. This goes to this. There we go. 5 to 4 balancer yet again. Alright. So with the blueprint that we have for this guy, we're going to go ahead and set this up the same this one. So it's right here. And leave a little bit of space This should be good. All right. Then we can just take the inputs down to here. Goes down to here. This one goes down to this guy. And this one goes up to this guy. Now we have to remember that our inputs need to be the same setup as these guys. We have to do half on one side and half on the other side, for the simple fact that we have the coal that needs to go in again. So we're going to do the setup to be on the right side. Like we did for the other one. So create a 2 long, then bring this guy up there. Same process over here. There we go. And last but not least, just like that. Alright, then we can mess with the coal as well, because we need the coal to be set up too. So we can come up here and grab the coal, which can come here and over. And that's not correct. This goes away. And I don't want to run this. The other one I did pretty easily. Well, semi-easily. A little difficult. Let's see, so this one was like that. Which I can kind of do the same setup. So if I do this guy here, and do like this, and I can actually pull this one back, do a double here, then this can be pulled like so. Then problem is we're stuck with this guy. I can't do anything with this for the most part. I can't make a double, although what I could do is put one of these down here. Nope. Like that. Then you can do... Nope, still doesn't work. How did I manage to get it done over here? Goal goes in, goes to that side, goes out. First off, this is not an input. Yeah, I've got my inputs rolling again. So that's an input. This is not an input. This one's the input. That's why I have it wrong. This is the input. Like this. So this guy come out here. That's why, because I was just too close. So then it'll be the same setup as what we just did up there. This guy comes out like this, and then this guy comes down around, not in place of the blueprint. This, you just set it up in the same exact way. And again, this comes here. And then we'll keep it the same, so that way it always works and we know it does. This guy comes out here. This guy goes up. There we go. And then same thing here. And then this guy can just go right out. There we go. So that's all set up. That's the coal. And the coal will run through this guy over here. What we'll do is just place this guy here. This guy goes down, and this guy can go over. And delete these trees. Boom. There we go. Alright, so now we've got all that set up. Now what we have to do is just place all this down. First, I want to get that coal working. We're going to need a lot more belts, actually. So I'm not going to get that coal working just yet, because we will need a ton more belts. We're also going to need a ton more smelters, but that's besides the point. Get these trees out of the way that are currently in the way. And then we can start setting everything up. So we can start with the power poles, because we have plenty of those. We'll have to grab more inserters. And we'll have to make more of the burner inserters. So I can actually make those right now. And just get it set up for us for when we need to go. Alright, there we go. And so we can start placing these guys down. And this will be all of this steel. And it'll be running at a rate that's the same as the iron that we're going to be putting out. It's only going to be putting out a 0.06 though for the steel. And so 0.06, you're looking at about... with how many we have, because these are rows of 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 24, 104, I think. So 10.4 steel a second is what I think we're going to be outputting, if my math is correct. Which isn't too bad. 10.4 is pretty good. Though not hugely fast, but not super slow. It'll be enough to get us through most of the science and other research slash buildings that we needed to. We'll have to scale it up eventually. And then eventually this, once we get to the second tier smelters, we can half the size of this thing. And then the second tier smelters will just be used in place. It still uses coal, it still smelts at the same speed, or it just smelts at a slightly faster speed, which is nice. Then we don't have to worry about having such a giant place. What we'll do is probably just keep the same length. We'll just shorten the rows, which will squash it horizontally for us. So, one last row of these guys. And I can pick some up from the base. Alright, we can go ahead and get rid of these guys. And then we just have to pick up everything from the base now, because we just don't have enough stuff, because we require so much. We can hit the electric poles first. Make sure these guys are actually set up. And then this can go in between. And then this. Between. What I meant to do. And this guy goes in between. And one more. Technically this guy is off, so this guy needs to be placed here instead. Or we can place it here, which should keep it about the same distance away. Anything else? Right, that should be set up correctly. Sweet. Now we just go back to base, grab some more stuff like the smelters and the fast inserters, because we've automated all that. And then after we get the steel set up, we have to get the coal and bring the coal over here. That's going to be a whole nother endeavor by itself. And then after all that, we need to increase our power supply so we can actually keep up with all those smelters. We can grab these blue guys. Oh, 50. We're probably going to need more than 50. Grab a good number of those. The last thing is going to be the smelters right down here. You guys don't have any more stone. Alright. Fine by me. Grab some more of these floors. We place these down as we go. That was a lot. Holy cow. I've got it done pretty quick. Most of it's floored off now, which is nice. Of course, that's just a small section of our base. That's going to expand for quite a ways. Alright, so now we should have enough smelters to finish this guy off. I probably don't have enough grabbers, and that's okay. Oh, I'm barely lacking. Yeah, I just need a couple more. That's unfortunate. Alright. Go ahead and set these guys up. Yeah, there we go. We can either lead the ghosts. Trying to keep it the same, but at least look somewhat similar. There we go. Alright, and then we can flip this. And that's it for that. Alright. So we're going to let that restock because we don't currently have enough to work with it. And then over here, we're going to start working with the coal. So we've got to go all the way to the coal, start fixing this coal area so we can get it working for our base. Now this is going to be mainly just belts going down this way. So we'll probably have at least 2, if I had to guess, at minimum. Yeah, so it looks like there is an area up here. We can probably wall off that little dude. Then over here, we can probably wall off this little dude. It looks to be about it. Yeah, the rest of it's pretty open. Just a big ocean over here. Let's see. I should have pulled the electricity over here too. Yeah, oh well. So we're gonna go ahead and set these guys up. I don't need a blueprint because I can just put these down. The blueprint's just kind of an extra step to show you where to place things. If you're not worried about it, then you can just place it. Now another thing you could do, since we're so close to the water, we could actually make a separate electricity grid just for this area. Which isn't a horrible idea, but keep things separated, and then you have to deal with 2 separate areas instead of just 1. This is a decent amount of coal already. What's in the way? Oh, tree. Then these can go back here. And there we go. Alright, so then we just have to do the belts out. We can calculate how fast this is going to be. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're going to have 14 coal per. And so we can actually just leave this on a singular track. And then find them like we always do. There we go. And this guy can just go down. Yeah, like I said, we could use the water right here and just start outputting electricity for us. Now, we are pretty close to these bases. So if we do that, these guys will attack us. So we need to be careful about how we set things up because of that. Now, we shouldn't get any pollution moving forward. I don't think. Because the electric drills, I don't think they put out pollution. Again, I could be wrong. I guess we'll find out pretty darn quick. If we start getting attacked by bugs, we know we have to take care of those nests. We don't have a lot of ammo. I've got 95 left, plus the 100 in here. So I could try to take care of them, but I'm pretty sure those nests are too big for us. Alright, let's pull this over. And the electricity can go as well. There we go. And then the electricity, once this bad boy gets hooked up, we're going to probably be draining a lot. Yeah. So, 7.4 out of 12 megawatts. But now we've got coal going. So that's helpful. And then we can supply all of these guys. So we'll be making our steel at a pretty slow rate. We're still making it. So yeah, currently we're making no pollution just because our base is kind of at a standstill. We're not doing any research. We're not mining anything because it's all backed up anyways. So no pollution, so we don't have to worry about bug attacks. What I'm going to do is place another radar over there, if I have any. I don't, but I can make some. We'll do 2, just so we can keep up to date on this area of the map. And it's kind of far enough away to make a slight difference. So 1 and 2. And then all of the coal that should be hitting our smelters right now, so we can check out how that does. It's almost a full belt of coal too. See, it's almost 15 a second. Alright, so we're gonna have the radar. They're gonna start from the inside and work their way out. And if we want to, you can actually zoom into the bases. You can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The spitter there. Anything that's white on the map means that a radar has checked it out. And so you can view it. Alright, there we go. So now we got steel. We've got iron, but this will be made into steel pretty quickly. If you check your power, you can see this is going to increase quite quickly. So the more of these mines that we use, the more electricity we're going to use. Now it's going to take a while for all this coal to kind of get separated out into this stuff. You can see it takes quite a while, but eventually it'll get there. Now that we've got our coal going and we've got our iron going, you can see we also have our steel going. Somehow this got rotated incorrectly. So you can see we are now outputting steel. Well, kind of. We haven't particularly gotten the electricity set up, so that's next step. There we go. So now we are outputting steel. Now the thing is, this guy is not hooked up correctly. Because we forgot to put the belt down here. That's not a big deal. Put the belt down, and you should be running guy over here. And double check. Yep, so we're now producing steel. As you can see, all of these guys need fuel because right now they're just basically had them go without fuel, and so that creates issues. This needs to be over here. Right. Let's see what's wrong with this. Nothing. We just don't have enough coal coming in. Why not? Basically, it's just getting backed up. Okay, so everything's just getting backed up, and you can see pretty quickly our pollution is going to expand by a vast amount. So we're gonna have issues with that really quick. And then these guys just need the fuel as well, so we can go ahead and grab some of this. Just kind of put in half into all these guys. So shift right click, or control right click, sorry. And that'll put half of what you have in your hand into these guys. So you can just grab some more and place it back in to whoever needs it. And basically these guys just exhausted themselves trying to do the what I'm doing. Steel axe is now researched. Very nice. So now we can steel axe increases your mining speed. That'll be helpful. We don't really need it, but it'll be nice for clearing trees and things like that. Alright. Like I said, these guys exhausted themselves trying to put the iron in because there wasn't any coal. If there isn't a resource for them, like a fuel resource, they will just go until they exhaust their energy. So these guys, just refilling them like this, will get them going again. Right. And the other thing is we don't have all of the smelters set up yet. I will have to grab some more of those from base, but for now, kind of cool with where we are. I'm not super worried about this. Right, and just keep grabbing coal. Keep hitting Control F, I think is what it is. Control F. For some reason, it's bringing up a map with a find. Yeah, so Control F is to find things on the map, apparently. That is good to know. Alright, so we've got 2 here. Then we've got some down here. This... that was not what I meant to do. I control right, left click instead of right click. There we go. So now we should be all set. We've got coal going out to everywhere. I'm going to put some of this iron plate back in because I just don't need it all. So now you can see we are currently creating steel. The coal needs to be backed up, but we're not creating enough coal currently. You can see we're basically doing a full belt output of coal. It's just we're using so much coal right now that it's going to get backed up. where it's not going to get backed up. My apologies. So pollution, we can turn that on. Do pollution. And you can see right now, we already have a ton of pollution. Apparently I didn't have that on before. But yeah, so this is going to create a lot of pollution, and it's going to go into this base and this base. And so we need to start setting up our defenses, which means we need to go back to base. Alright, so we got our research. So now what we need to do is set up the green research. And we need to grab some bullets. So I'll be right back after we grab some bullets and some green research. Or after we grab some bullets so we can start setting up our defenses. That's what I meant to say. Alright, so we're back at the coal base. We did get attacked. I didn't realize I wasn't recording when I started doing some stuff. But we're back. We grabbed some walls, some turrets, and some ammo. I set it up in the 1, 2, and 3 slot, so that way when you're running, you can place down a turret, control right click on it, and then it'll place it down and fill it with ammo, and then you can do the repair pack if you need to. And so we already destroyed one of those bases, and we're going to go destroy this one now. You can see it's amassing quite a large group. So what we're going to do is wait till that large group attacks us, because we know they're about to. So what we're going to do is go ahead and set up all of our gun turrets and fill them with ammo. We're going to go ahead and pull them to us. And there we go. So then you can pick them back up. And you're basically just going to do the same thing. You're going to walk a gun towards forward, like we did it last time. And just pull them back. Now, the tricky situation is we have these worms, which are brand new. So these guys right here will start spitting at you. What you need to do is destroy these worms while being protected by your turrets. Your turrets will destroy all the up-close people, while you destroy all the worms. So you don't have to worry about any of the close guys. All you have to focus on is dodging the worm's spit. And then once that's destroyed, you can bring your gun turret forward and place it down. And then you just attack the base, and you'll be all set. Again, make sure the gun turrets do cover each other. You don't want them to be unprotected, because that would be really bad. And so make sure that one of the gun turrets at least protects the other ones while you're doing this. There we go. And we can just go ahead and pull another one and bring it forward as well. And there we go. You don't have to do anything. You can just sit here if you want to. Alright, so now these guys are destroyed. We used quite a lot of ammo doing that. You can see we're down to 216. We started with like 300 and something. There is one more base up there we need to destroy, and then these two bases over here. And so what we're going to do is destroy these bases over here, and then we're going to wall off that tight little area right there. It's a little tight right there. Wall that off, and then place a gun turret down. So if any bugs try to come that way, well, they're not going to be able to. Ooh, 3.3 million. But for now, I don't really need to worry about them. And that's kind of far away. I don't feel like walking all the way over there just to destroy some bugs. So we're not going to worry about that right now. We'll worry about that later, but for now, we're just going to keep the defenses that we have at our base. We've got a gun turret here, and a gun turret here. And what we're going to do is actually grab some walls. We're just going to go ahead and place down some walls to block this all off. I also did increase our power output, because if we right-click on this, or left-click, we were getting kind of close to our max. And so I just increased it while I was back at base. Alright, so this guy will get walled off like this, just to help keep it safe. And you could do a too thick wall if you wanted to, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to do this right here. That'll be good for now. Alright, so now we can head back down, and what we're going to do is set up the green science. So we need transport belts and inserters. The good thing is we actually have that set up. So inserters, we can go and right click and just basic inserter setup. And then we also have belts, if I remember correctly. So I think we have, or we can use a balancer, or not. Nope, that's not what I want. Let's see. We've got our steel set up. It's currently making steel, but the steel's not being output to anything because we just don't have an output. We also need some more of the furnaces, but we just have not set up furnaces yet. We also need to place down some more of these inserters because we just haven't done that. So some of these are going to be backed up. You can see this is a 52 storage. And so a lot of it will be backed up and it'll be used for later on. But for now, let's go ahead and set up this logistic science pack. So go into B. We're going to place down a beginner crafting miners. I definitely thought I had a belt setup. That's science. That's balancers. Steam engine. Beginner smelter. Smelters. Balancer. This is a 5-to-4 balancer, which can go into here. Then this is a smelting area. We'll leave that. That's kind of a basic blueprint that I'm just not going to use. What we can do is actually grab... This guy needs... Yeah, the belts just needs the gear and the plate. Okay, so that'll be pretty easy to do. That's probably why I didn't do it, because it's a very easy setup. What we're going to do is over here, we're going to start crafting our green science. And again, we're going to try to do the green science at a 1 science a second rate. And so grab the green science and see what it needs. Well, it runs at 0.08. If we do 10 green science, we'll be doing 80 a second, or 0.8 a second. And so what we want to do is do, what, like 8, 16, 16 plus 80 is 96, and then an extra 1 would be 1.04. So we're going to do 13 green sciences, and that'll output 1.04 green science a second. But the belts and the inserter, because the inserter actually goes at a rate of 1 a second. And so if we just do an inserter, that'll cap it at 1 a second. So no matter how many green sciences we have, it'll only run at 1 a second. Now the belts do run at a rate of 2 a second. And so technically we could just set this up so the green science runs at a rate of like 2.0 a second, 2 green science a second, but I'm not worried about that. Again, we could increase the crafting speed of this. We could bump this one up and then add another gear assembler, and then we could have this guy running at a rate of 2 as well, but I'm not super worried about that. What we're going to do is just have everything running at 1 science a second for now, because 1 science a second is still pretty decent. So let's grab our blueprint of the inserters. So we just need to have the basic inserter setup. Pop this out. Let's see, right here, we're going to start everything at the same spot. So 1, 2, needs to have a belt on the left side. So this is going to be the inserters. All we have to do is place these guys down. And let's go grab our inserters, because we don't have any. So we can just go up here and grab blue inserters. There we go. And we can just set this up. Alright, you pull from there. There. Like so. Then our electricity. And then, last but not least, the belts. And a red one. Alright, so then what we have to do is just bring in the steel and the copper. So again, we've done this setup multiple times. We bring it down, on over, like that, and then we're going to go ahead and pull up like this. Again, it's the same setup that we always do. Then, oh, I just realized this guy's not set up correctly. There we go. That, then copper guy goes here. Technically, we could bring the copper back one and pull this guy up, and that'll collapse it. So actually, yeah, if we go ahead and do that instead, we can collapse this just a little bit, which isn't a big deal, but it just helps us make it smaller so it doesn't use up as much space. That's basically it. All right, put the power back on. There we go. So that's our copper back up and our steel back up. And then just run it up here. And there you go. So now you've got this set up. This will be your inserters. What you can do is actually just output your inserters onto this guy if you want to. Because what you're going to do is pull this iron plate out. You'll pull the inserters out. Then you're going to grab another guy here and here. And then place down one of these. this, I think. And so this will be your belts, and this will be your iron gear. What we're going to do is run a red. This is differently. So run a red from here to there. Then this belt comes up here. Blue goes in here and here. Yeah, this should work. We'll find out pretty quick if it does or not. Yep, so it'll pull from there and there. And then what you're going to have is... I don't want to do this. So, technically speaking, let's go ahead and move some stuff around. The belts and the inserts, so... Belts... So I want to put the belts back on the track. But I want it to only be on the iron side, so technically I'm going to do... This guy will be this, and then this guy will be this. You're going to turn like this. And so we need to grab from here for the iron. But I want to place these on this belt, so what I need... Oh, we're under attack. Oh, Jesus, why are we under attack over there? How did they get to that? And who attacked me? Well, that's not good. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot of bugs. Okay, who attacked me? Probably this guy up here. Alright. We're gonna set up some guns real quick. Then fix these belts. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. So like this, and then this guy went like this. Alright, that's all correct. And then this guy's turned wrong. That should be correct. Alright, so the guns should not offend us. Yeah, it's that guy up there. I'll destroy him later. I'm not worried about it right now. Okay, I mean, that's fine with me. So this will all get backed up pretty quickly. Oh, nope, there's a belt missing up here. Eventually there will be an auto repair feature, but for now we do not have that. This guy right here. And this guy right there. There we go. That's set back up. Alright. Like I said, eventually there will be an auto repair feature. We just don't have that yet. I can place down these guys as well. Is that it for those? Nope, we got these guys down here. And then we've got these guys down here. Trying to keep it semi-similar to the other side. Alright, so that's all of those. So then the only thing I have left is just these furnaces. And these ones up here. I almost missed these. Because they're blue. There we go. That should be it. That's almost the entirety of that guy finished. Alright. You go back to base real quick and finish setting up this green science. So I have to figure out how exactly I want to do it, because I want the belts to be output to this left side, but we need to grab the iron. So what I might do actually is put this forward some. And then, yeah, so if I put this forward, hold on. It's gonna be kind of weird to do. So put that forward, then put this guy down here. What we're gonna do is take this guy away. We're gonna run this left side. Output priority will be only steel. That. Then put this building here. And this building here. And this will grab the iron. And this can grab iron. And then we don't need that. We can place one of these. And then right. This will only output on the left side the inserters. Then I'll place this here, I don't care. So then this will do the... Yeah, because this can't grab the iron, because the iron's back here. So then filter... Ah, because I need to grab the iron. What I'm trying to do is make it so the belt's outputs to the left of this guy, but I need the iron to come in as well. What if I bump this one forward as well? Like this. Then move this guy as well. I take a guy down here, and this only goes to right side iron. Then the belt. This can be moved actually, so move this real quick down here. Put down a belt here. Filter, right side, iron only. Nope, iron, not copper. Okay. And then we place down this guy here, which comes up and over. This guy can grab the iron here. Then we have this guy, which already is outputting only to that side, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's outputting iron on this one. No. Okay, so then this guy, we just need to put one of these down. One of these, and then a long inserter. This will be the gear wheels. Not what I wanted. Gear wheels. And this will be the belts. And then you can output the belts up here. Now this setup should be correct. If I build the transfer belts, yep. And then they go all the way up there. Sweet. This is actually a correct setup. So then I don't need this side to filter, so we don't actually need to output priority. So then the iron will go to this guy and this guy. Okay, we're under attack. The turret is defending it. Alright, so yeah, it's this guy up here that's attacking us. We'll destroy that guy pretty soon. Otherwise we're going to run into issues. Alright, so then this guy's running at a good rate, and what we're going to do is set up 12 of these, or 13 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one extra. And same thing over here without the one extra. There we go. Now this will be all of our green science, so right click, or click, and copper, shift right click, shift left click, to mimic. And then just place down some more inserters, and you're good to go. That is a basic green science setup. Not as easy as one would hope. A little convoluted, but it works. Press X, 7. There we go. Alright, and then you can grab from in here. Just like this. Now, one thing we could have done is technically output these guys to the outside instead of outputting to the center, and then cross them back over. But I didn't feel like doing it that way. The way that I did it, it's just how I prefer. Again, you can come up with your own ideas. You are your own people. If you want to do it a different way, you can. But again, all of my blueprints will be set up in the description on Pastebin. That way you guys can use them if you want to. So this can be the green science, and create blueprint. Open up your blueprint book, take green science, and put it in. We're actually going to go ahead and just change the icons to green science. Just like that. And save blueprint. Oops, that was actually red science. My bad. Save. This is green science, so we can change this guy to the green science. Here we go. You can see, so these sciences go all the way up to white, and then after that you have your other science from other planets. So basically you get to white, and then you're kind of just done. So you want to make sure that everything's being automated before you get to this point, so then you can start going through the other planets pretty quickly. Back, save blueprint. Alright, so now this will give us 1.0 green science a second. What we have to do is output this in the same manner that we always do. Here we go. And on this side as well. And then just output. There we go. So now you've got green science. You just have to work this back into your science area. Like this. And again, we're doing a 1 on one side, 1 on the other side. And now we can start doing our green science, green and red science. And so the first thing that we're going to do is military 2, because we want to have the increased bullets. So the red bullets are piercing bullets. Then the next thing I want to do is grab this engine. After the engine, we can start doing some stuff like trains, cars, all that stuff. We go ahead and do tool belt to expand our inventory. We don't need circuit and network, but we'll do that. We'll do physical projectile damage and weapon shooting speed. Those will both be helpful. And then we'll just get landfill out of the way. So I'm not doing any of the major research first, because we're going to have the engines, and we need to start automating engines. And then this, we also need to automate the piercing rounds and the grenade, because that military stuff is going to give us military science. And so we need to start producing military science as well. Alright, then the engines, those will be made, basically, this is made from, as you can see, steel plate, iron gear wheel, and pipe. Now, the issue with this is the steel plate is all the way back at base, but this will give us the ability to get trains, and then once we get trains, all we're going to have to do is just run the trains down here with the steel, and we can start setting up a steel area, and start setting up all of our train tracks and train stops, because we're going to need our train tracks going down this way and this way, and our train stops will be over here for the steel, or iron, over here for the copper, and then we'll have a steel area probably back here that'll give us a steel down this main bus. You can see we've deleted some of the iron spots because they've just kind of been exhausted, and so that's kind of that. Alright, so now we've got the military, so we can go ahead and go to E and look at military. So we've got grenades, which is coal and iron plate, and then we've got piercing rounds, which is copper plate, steel, and firearm magazine. So the issue with this is, again, we need the steel, but what we can do is set up a beginner area. So now the piercing rounds and the grenades are both used in the military science. So if we go to military science, you can see piercing rounds, grenades, and walls. So what we need to do is start setting this area up to run at a 1.0 rate. So we're going to go ahead and queue that research. And since we have it already, we're going to go ahead and just place it first. There we go. So we're going to get the military science pack, and we can start setting up for that area. We'll go ahead and delete all of this stuff. And I'll actually do military science on the bottom, because we got red science and green science on the top. We'll do military science on the bottom, just to kind of even it out. You can see we're researching at a pretty decent rate. Right now you've got science per minute is 56. Eventually it should be about 60. It should even out to 60 because we are doing 1 science a second for both sides, but it's not that big of a deal. Alright, clear out this area and clear out this area. So now we're going to get started on the military science. So this is piercing rounds, grenades, and walls. So what we want to do is add another belt to this bus. Oops, because what we can do too, because this belt is now going to be the steel once it comes in, after we get these trains. Like this. And this seems like it's too far. Then so this is not correct. That's not correct at all. Nope, 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 nope. Ah. There we go. It went to the first one, which is not what we wanted. We want this guy to go here. And it's, yeah, it's a little too far for us to be able to do it. That's unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure once we get the red belts, it will be able to reach. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it extends the reach. So we're just going to go ahead and keep it like this for now. That one reaches. Why is this one too far? What did we do differently? Oh, this is the iron going out to this side. We have it set up before where it was fine. So what are we missing? Yeah, this should be this. What's the difference here? Oh, I see the difference. Okay. So this difference is this guy right here. This is the only difference. Yep, that's the only difference. All right. There we go. So now this should be able to reach. Let's grab some more of these underground belts real quick. There we go. There we go. Much better. And then we can do the hood for this guy over here. Just to try and keep things somewhat even. I prefer the look of this when it's the same. There we go. So now this will be the steel. So this steel area will come from all the way over here. We can go ahead and get rid of these guys, because we just don't need this, and they're in the way now. You can also get rid of this. Alright, so this will be the steel area like that. And so we can start setting up for the grenades and the other stuff. Alright, now we did get another research, which is the engine unit. Again, this uses steel plates, iron gear wheels, and pipes. So we're going to go ahead and set that up on automated crafting, and we'll probably do it somewhere over here. I might even do it up here. You can see we're kind of running out of crafting area for the automation of certain things. Now, I didn't make my area big enough, apparently. So the science isn't far enough away from everything else, which isn't that big of a deal. I don't really mind. It just means that certain things will be kind of squashed. I could even move this over, technically, and move this guy to the left. Just set it back up again, so that everything is kind of compacted. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and set up the beginning of the automation for the engine units and the beginning of the automation for the black science. But we're going to go ahead and do that in the next episode, because we're actually at the end of this one. So I hope you folks enjoyed this video. If you did, go and give it a thumbs up. It helps out a lot, and I greatly appreciate everyone that does. Also, if you want to keep up to date on all my past, present, or future videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can stay notified. As always, folks, have a wonderful day. Bye.